Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to United Cubing, and today you are going to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So I'm just going to be showing you guys a beginner method that I used to use. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so to start, you are going to need, of course, a cube, and you are going to want to get it mixed up. And the first step you are going to do is make the daisy on the top of the cube. That means get the white around the yellow. Do that 4 times with the edge pieces. So one was already done for me, and the one I just moved. There is another one right here. So I'm going to move this away so I don't pull that out. Move it up, and now it's here. Now we look for the final one, which is right here. Make sure to move this out of the way so you don't pull these down either. And now, there you go. You now have a daisy on the top of your cube. And then what you are going to want to do is put these into the bottom, but you need to match the colors on the white with the correct color center first. So this color is blue, this is the green center. So we move this until it matches up with the blue center, which is right here. And then you are going to want to turn the front face twice to put it on the bottom. Right there. And now you will do that for the rest. And if you get it right, all of them will be like this. That doesn't happen every time. It just happened for me. And then you are just going to want to line every color up with the correct center and rotate it to where it is in the bottom around the white center. And there you go, you now have a white cross on the bottom of your cube. Let's get into the next step. Alright guys, so the next step is solving the corners here. You are going to learn 2 of the most important sequences of moves in notation, which are the 2 trigger moves. So a right trigger is turn the right face up, flick with your right hand, turn the right side down. That is a right trigger. I'll just do it again. Up with right hand, flick with right, turn the right side down. Just like that. And that is how you perform a right trigger. So you are going to be using that for this part, and you are going to look for pieces with white on them. Corner pieces, not edge pieces or center pieces. Just corner pieces. You are going to want to make sure the white is on the side, and then you look at the color next to it. In this case it is red, so you want to find the red center and match it up with it. Say it was over here. Just move it to where it is diagonal to its correct color center. Next, you are going to want to insert it into the bottom by doing a left trigger. A left trigger is turn the left side up with your left hand, flick with your left hand, turn the left side down. And that will insert it into the bottom layer. And now you want to just keep doing that until this part is solved. So right trigger, not done. Do another one. Now do it like this. Match it up, because this is on the side now in the correct spot. And then you want to do a right trigger. Turn the right side up. Turn this side to the right. And pull the right side down. And that is how you do that step. And now you will just go and do it for everyone. This one's on the right side, so you would do a right trigger, turn the right side up, flick with right hand, turn the right side down, and there you go. You have solved the bottom layer, plus the white face will be solved. And make sure these are still all matched up with the correct center as well. And let's get on to the next step. Alright guys, the next step is solve the second layer. So when you are done, these will all be solved. And yeah, let's get into it. So what you are going to want to do for this is you are looking for these types of pieces, which are edge pieces, and you want to look for them without yellow stickers. So like this one has blue and orange, make sure there's no yellow on it, like this one too. And then you are going to want to look at this color right here, match it up to the correct color center, and then you are going to want to focus on the color on top. It's orange, and orange is not to the right, it is on the left. So what you would do is you would actually move it away, and then whichever way you move it, in this case you moved with your left, then you would do a left trigger like this, and we've displaced this, so you want to move it back, match it up with the center again, insert it with the right trigger depending on which side it was on. So when you actually do that, this piece was sitting back here, and when you move this one up, it goes here, you turn this and it pulls it back down here. So that is how you solve the second layer. And so look for another piece without yellow on it. We have red, which is matched up to its center, and blue is on top. Blue is to the left, so we would move it away from blue, do a left trigger, because we moved with our left hand, pull it back, and now do a right trigger to insert it into the second layer. And now you may run into a case where you're not done and there is still or you're not done and there is no more pieces in the top without yellow stickers. So what you're going to want to do is, they're probably here, in this case they are, so what you can do to move them up is a right trigger if you're doing it this way, or if you're looking at it from this angle, you can do a left trigger. But make sure you always replace the sticker. So remember, pull it back and put it there. Now you should have a piece with no yellow on it. Now you will move it over here, match it up to the center. Color on top is orange. Orange is to the right. Move it away from orange. Now you're going to do a right trigger because you flicked with your right hand. Do a right trigger. Now pull this back. Now do a left trigger because it is on the left side. That will pull this into the second layer. And you are almost done. You just have to get that piece. And it's right here. Find the last piece, match it up with the center. Color on top is red. Move it away from red. Do a left trigger because you flicked it with your left hand. Move it back. Now do a right trigger to insert it. And there you go. That is how you solve the second layer. Let's get into the next step. Alright guys, so next you will be solving the yellow cross on the top. And to do that, you have to do a 6 sequence algorithm. And it's pretty easy to remember because it has kind of a nice pattern to it. So you have to do F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, or for earth, which is how I always remember it. And then that will give you this vertical line on the top of your cube. Sorry about the creaking, guys, but my house is old. But you will get this vertical line on the top, and you want to keep it vertical. If it's like this, just turn it to make it vertical depending on which way you're facing. And then you are going to want to do that algorithm again. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. Then you will get this kind of L-shaped thingy. Don't mind the corner piece. You are just looking for this L-shaped thing. And once you get that, you want to move it so it's in the top left corner, like that. And then you're going to want to perform the algorithm one last time. So F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. That will give you a cross on the top of your cube on the yellow face. So let's get into the next step. Alright guys, so the next step is to solve the yellow face entirely, and to do that you will be needing a new algorithm, which is a little bit longer, but it doesn't take that long, it's okay. So if you have what I have here, you need these two. If you just have the cross, you are going to want to look for a piece like this and make sure it is right here on the left side and keep it there. Then you are going to want to do R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And if you had what I had, you will just get the cross. And then you want to make sure you find another piece like this. Always use the double one. That's what I use. Make sure it's on the left side. Now perform the algorithm again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And then once you are done that, that will give you the cross with this corner piece, which kind of looks like a fish. So orientate the fish to make its mouth go down, pointing in the left corner. And then once again, perform the algorithm and the top face should be solved. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. You may need to do that one last time if you get the fish. You may have to do it again, and then the top face will eventually be solved. So let's get into one of the last steps. Alright, the next step is you are going to be positioning the edges to where they will look like this. You may not have any of them positioned, but once you are done learning this, you will definitely have them positioned. So if you are in a state where you do have them positioned, hold it on the left side and perform this long algorithm. It's pretty hard to remember, you may have to write it down, but it is L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And if you notice, the second half of that algorithm is the previous algorithm we performed. If you had what I had, you will get this, most likely, or you will get something like it. But there is another case that I will get into right now. Alright guys, in some cases you may run into a problem like this where you do not have any of the corners positioned. That is perfectly okay. What you are going to want to do is look for a piece like this, a corner piece, and match it up to where one of the sides is with the right center and the other side is also with the right center. You're going to hold that on your left, and you are going to do that long algorithm again. So L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Then that will most likely give you one of these. If you don't have that, you may need to perform it again. But if you do get one of these, like I said in the previous part, hold it to the left and do that algorithm one more time. So L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Then once you are done that, that should give you all your edges or corners positioned. Now let's get into the final step before you are on your way to solving your first Rubik's Cube. Alright guys, next you are going to be swapping these and these. Normally you would do an algorithm which is called a Z-perm, which looks like this. And then that would solve the cube, but we aren't going to do that as this is a beginner tutorial. So anyway, what you are going to want to do is just hold any side, doesn't matter, unless you have one side solved. If one side is completely solved, hold it to the back. You are going to want to do F2 U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. Now you may need to do that again, like I have here. One of the sides is solved, so I'm going to hold that to the back. And you are going to want to perform the algorithm again. F2, U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. Once again, still not done. Do it one last time. F2, U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2, and that should solve the cube. If it still does that, just keep doing that algorithm until it is solved. Remember, if you have a solved face, hold it away from you. And that is pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you were able to solve your first cube with that. I was just trying my best to show you guys how to, if you ever wanted to. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, it would really help me out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.